What's happening in downtown White Sulphur Springs is amazing. White Sulphur's recovering like no one imagined it could. And this barrel factory is one of the products of that momentum.
The Great Barrel Company was created by volunteers who met during the cleanup.
Man, how's it going?
Hey, old friend, it's good to see you again.
I've been here
Good to see you
all
again.
this time, and I haven't had my first tour.
Well, you're about to get it. There's a lot to see and a lot to know. We're turning out the best barrels in the industry.
This is some state-of-the-art stuff in here, man.
It's amazing. This is the art of the barrel right here. This is the first step. And as you might expect, this is the most important job in the whole place.
Yeah.
He's selecting those staves. They're stood up like a bloomin' onion, and then they'll go through that conveyor.
Tell you what, at the end of about 20 years, you're gonna have one great old big arm. And you're gonna have a regular arm, like a blacksmith. Yeah, so he's got to put every one of these in by hand.
And there's no two staves the same width. There's no standard width. So
that's what I was wondering. Is it like a puzzle? So he
it's
can
like
just...
a puzzle. He has to select that last stave to fit just perfectly.
Wow. All right.
Okay. Perfect fit.
Perfect fit. I got you. And he rolls it. That's where he gets that other big arm.
There you go.
Hey, thanks, man.
This is where we toast the barrel. We heat it up to about 450 to 500 degrees.
Yeah.
And that sort of cooks the wood a little bit. It caramelizes the sugars and the vanillins, and that's where the flavor comes from, is the wood.
Okay. Okay.
You can smell the sweetness of the white oak when it's being heated like this.
Awesome.
The flavors are locked in the wood, and the toasting unlocks those flavors. We can control the level of the char anywhere from a light char to a heavy char, and everything in between. Very precise. Each distiller has his own recipe of what he wants. And we're going to go over here and look at how the heads are put together. And this machine puts that special tongue and groove on them.
Okay.
And they snap together. There's no glue, there's no mechanical fasteners, it's all pressure.
Man, that's crazy.
Because of that tongue and groove design. This is where the heads are charred.
Right.
They come through here, they're set on fire again.
This is flame broiled, ain't it? That's awesome.
Doesn't that smell good?
It smells great.
My favorite robot in the whole place is over here. This robot is named Bridget. Bridget will pick up that head and dip it in beeswax. So that perimeter of that head is coated with beeswax now.
Just so you know, this has been a barrel of fun, and if anybody asks me how it's done, I'm going to tell them it's none of their beeswax.
This is the process of removing the last two temporary hoops.
It's amazing how human-like the robots are. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
they look like they've got a personality.
Right, right.
We call them Fred and Ginger. They're dancing together all day long.
That's like Johnny and Sherman in there.
Yep.
These West Virginia barrels are being shipped to distilleries all over the world.
We're in West Virginia. You can see behind us, we've got nothing but forested hills and mountains throughout this state. Now that we have a cooperage right in the heart of Appalachia, we're able to export that finished product rather than just exporting the raw materials.
It's really the people. We've got so many great people that are pouring their heart and soul into the recovery of this community. This gentleman here is a cooper. Somewhere in that barrel is a defective stave. So he's going to take it apart and remove the defective stave and replace it without ever losing the shape of the barrel. We're making hoops over here, and the steel's coming from Wheeling, West Virginia.
That's awesome, man.
these hoops are being riveted together. And this is where the signature is added to the barrel. The WV is imparted on that raw rivet. Everybody knows where these barrels are coming from.
Yeah. There's an amazing sense of pride in this place from the start of it to the finish of it.
We take the wood from right here, we bring it out to our yard, we bring it inside the cooperage, and now we got a barrel. We can produce with this facility around 700 barrels a day.
The whole project, it's a joy. We're creating jobs. We're creating good jobs. And that's so important to return to the basics of good jobs in a great community with great people.